Hello. This video I thought I'd share with you some locks I recently got from the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Williamsburg, Virginia. These are the 5 locks I got there. I spent 25 bucks on it, so about $5 a lock. So not dirt cheap, but also not very expensive for locks, generally speaking. Like these would always all cost much more than that new. Um, I like the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Williamsburg. I used to work there. I know a few of the people that still work there. I like what they do. I think it goes to a good cause. So I like giving them my money as far as buying locks goes. So yeah, these are the locks I got. This first one I got is like what you would see for like a real estate agent or something like that. They would lock the keys up in here, and then they can close the shackle up and lock it to a gate or something like that, so somebody can get in to see the place. It's kind of interesting because they have one combination for the side plate here, and then the combination for the shackle is just the same thing, but subtract 3 from each value here. So instead of 9482, it's 6159 for the shackle. I'm not sure why they do that. If there's a big advantage there or a big market that wanted that slight difference. Um, but I also don't really have an issue with it. I don't see any big pros or any big cons to it either way. It's just different. Um, yeah, and my wife actually recently purchased something very similar to this, but it's the one she purchased was all plastic. So I'm thinking I will give her this one, which looks like it uses maybe an aluminum frame. Just something a little bit more sturdy than what she has. I know these are easy to decode, but this will still be a little better than what she's using. So the next ones I got are these quickset locks, and these really caught my eye because I could see that these two here are smart keys, but we have a Baldwin label on it, and the key that came with it was also a Baldwin key, and I was like, that's curious, that's interesting. And so if we look at the key closer, we can actually see it says smart key compatible on the Baldwin key. So that tells me this is some sort of deal that Baldwin worked out with Kwikset to put their plugs and their housings, which is kind of neat. I didn't know that Kwikset was working with any other places to do that. I have already taken apart these plugs, and these are both Gen 2 smart keys, which I have not had any success single pin picking yet. I do have some leashy tools on the way that I'm hoping will help me to either pick them or to decode them and make keys for them, just for my own practice. Um, yeah. And then this, I also like, this one came with it as well. This is not the smart key. This is just sort of the classic Quickset keyway. And this is like the classic Quickset keyway is the first lock I ever picked. So they're kind of nostalgic to me. I don't think this is exactly the same as the ones I first picked because this one has the sort of composite that you also see on these smart keys. And, it was a long time ago, 15 years ago now, but I don't think they were composite back then. I could be misremembering, but I don't think they were. Maybe I can look at some old photos and find out. But I'm just going to try to rake this one real quick on camera if it's not feeling too camera shy. There we go. Yep, not too camera shy. But yeah, I like this just because it's kind of nostalgic, and I don't actually think I have one of these. So that's cool to have. And then the last one I got here is just this master padlock. You can see it's super nasty, and the key actually does not work well in it at all. I don't know if the key wasn't cut well, or if it's just dirty, or what's going on there. If there's something jamming it up, but you can see I can barely open it with the key. That being said, with picks, this thing opens up pretty easy. Yeah, so you can see that rake's open pretty quick. What I thought was interesting about this as well, I mean, you can see it's clearly very dirty, but when I first touched it, and you can kind of maybe see some of it here on the edges here, it almost looks like there's salts. And I don't know if those salts are like corrosive salts that are forming, or if they're something else, just dirt and grime that got in there. But it definitely looks like it's got some serious, corrosion going on around it. This one I'm thinking I might clean up and turn into a challenge lock. The other thing I thought was cool about it was that if you see the key here, it says Coffees on it, and I looked that up to see if there was something local that was like that. And there's a Coffees locksmith in Newport News. So I'm wondering if that locksmith sold or pinned this lock, or if it was something else. But I think that's kind of cool, something a little bit local. But I still think I'll probably clean it up and maybe turn it into a challenge lock. But anyways, that was the locks I got at the ReStore. I thought that was a pretty decent set to get. If you're around the Tidewater area, Tidewater, Virginia, around April 13th or 14th, one of the people that works there was telling me that he's been saving some of the antique locks that have been coming in, and he's going to be putting them out when they do their sale on the 13th and 14th for their it's their anniversary, and I'm not sure which anniversary it is for him, but apparently he's been saving some nice locks to put out for sale that day. So if you're around the area, that might be worth stopping by and checking out. But anyways, that's all I got. Thank you for watching.